is full. Stop moving here and don't New York my Florida. If you have spent even 5 minutes researching a move to Florida online, you have probably seen comments like that everywhere. But here's the interesting part. Florida is still one of the fastest growing states in the country. So if people keep saying that Florida is full, why are thousands of people continuing to move here? And the real reason why locals love to say this, and it might not be what you think. Hi there, my name's Melanie Gunning, and I am your Florida real estate guide. And I am based right here on Florida's Treasure Coast in Stuart, Florida. I moved to Florida in 1997, and over the years, I have helped hundreds of families relocate here. Most of the people that I work with come from places like New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, Massachusetts, Illinois, and California. Many of them are retirees or they're getting ready to retire, and almost every single one of them asks me the same question. Why do people keep saying Florida is full? So today, I'm going to talk about what locals mean when they say things like that, because it's not always what people assume. So first, let's talk about why people are moving to Florida. There are some fairly obvious reasons. Number one, of course, is taxes. Florida has no state income tax, and for many retirees, that could make a huge difference financially. Number two is lifestyle. Florida is just built for outdoor living. You've got golf, boating, fishing, pickleball, hiking, beaches, and waterfront restaurants. A very common theme people tell me once they finally move here is that they can slow down and enjoy their lifestyle. And of course, the third reason is the weather. Yes, the summers are hot, but when you're coming from a place where winter lasts half the year, being able to go outside in January and wear those shorts is pretty amazing. Let's talk about the freedom factor. There's another reason why people are moving to Florida that they don't always talk about openly, and that's freedom and the freedom of politics. A lot of people relocate here because they just feel like Florida offers more personal freedom. Things like lower taxes, fewer regulations, different gun laws, and fewer restrictions on businesses. For many people, Florida represents a place where they feel like they just have more control over their life. Now here's the interesting part. Most of the people moving here don't want Florida to change. They're coming here because they like what Florida already is. Most people assume that locals don't want newcomers. That's usually not the real concern. Longtime residents struggle with how fast things are changing. Areas that used to feel like quaint coastal towns are quickly changing. Places like West Palm Beach, Jupiter, Stuart, Port St. Lucie, and Vero Beach. All of these towns have experienced exponential growth over the past few years. More houses, more apartments, more development. And naturally, that is going to create tension because longtime residents are going to start wondering how much growth is too much. The overdevelopment and the environmental concerns. So one of the biggest conversations happening across Florida right now is overdevelopment. People are worrying about losing things like wide open spaces, having more traffic, building too close to waterways, increased strains on infrastructure, and in coastal areas especially, there are environmental concerns. Things like protecting the wetlands, waterways, wildlife habitats, and natural coastal areas. Florida's natural beauty is one of the big reasons why people move here in the first place. So when locals see areas being overdeveloped quickly, they're worrying about losing the things that made Florida special. And honestly, as a local, that concern is understandable. Florida culture shock. There are a few things that surprise people when they move here. First one, driving. Florida roads are quite the mix of New York drivers, tourists, snowbirds, and locals. And everyone drives just a little bit differently. It's a mix between NASCAR and Sunday driving. And then there's something called love bug season. If you know, you know. Twice a year, your car basically becomes a bug magnet. And then of course there's snowbirds. Every winter, thousands of seasonal residents come down from the north. Traffic gets so much heavier. Restaurants get busy, and sometimes it's impossible to get a reservation. And locals start joking about counting the days till April and May. But honestly, it has just become a part of the Florida life. Hey there, it's Melanie Gunning, and I love making these videos, but what I love even more is actually helping people move to the Stuart, Port St. Lucie, and the Treasure Coast area. Whether you're relocating next week, next month, or even a year from now, I would love to walk you through the process.
My contact information is on the screen, and it's also located in the description. Do not hesitate to reach out. I'm happy to help.
So let's talk about the realities of living in Florida. Florida is an incredible place to live, but Florida is not perfect. Summertime is humid. Hurricane season is something you need to be prepared for. And insurance costs have become a popular topic lately, especially if you're living closer to the water. These are all things that we talk through with people before they make the move here. So when someone says Florida is full, what they really mean is they love where they live. They love the beaches, they love the lifestyle, they love the natural beauty of Florida, and they don't want it to disappear to uncontrolled growth. But the truth is, Florida has always been a popular place to move. And most people relocating here actually love Florida for the way it is. If you're considering relocating to Florida, especially along Florida's Treasure Coast, which is that Sebastian, Vero Beach area, all the way down to Jupiter and Tequesta, and kind of everything in between and all around, including Stuart and Port St. Lucie, I have actually created a relocation guide for you, and it covers things like the best places to live, the cost of living, taxes, lifestyle differences, and things most people wish they knew before they made the move here. I'll put a link for that guide below in the description. And I'm curious, if you're researching moving to Florida's Treasure Coast, which is places like Stuart, Port St. Lucie, Jensen Beach, Jupiter, Vero Beach, make sure you hit subscribe. We put new videos out about every week, all topics like living in Florida, relocating to the Treasure Coast, the cost of living, and what it's like to really live here. And the goal is simple. I want to help you make the right move and love where you live. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next home tour.